Feminists will also cite, they have 13 things to say about this.
Oh, here we go.
Your male privilege. I'm sorry. It's just such a wonderful privilege to be part of the 95% of job-related fatalities.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Listen, if you, I'm trying to remember the website where you can look up all the stats. Like a majority of the stuff that keeps the civilization running is built, invented, and maintained by men. And we pay the ultimate price. A lot of guys die on the job just making sure your lights come on, the sewer keeps flowing, the water turns on, and like women just don't appreciate it at all. In fact, they take it completely for granted to the point where they look you in the face and go, "Well, I don't need a man," despite the fact that everything that woman uses on a daily basis was built, invented, and maintained by men. That's how stupid this whole thing is becoming.
I don't need no man. All right, change your own oil and rotate your tires then, bitch.
Yep.
Bye. 13 ways white male privilege shows up as early as elementary school.
Elementary school. All right.
This was back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 years ago, this shit was starting to pop up, and oh my god!
And the reason we threw this in here, it's one of the buildups to the Pimp Tart Institute, because there's a lot of assumed privilege that a certain individual has. That would be Prince Harry. I mean, if there's anyone on this planet who has white privilege, that's the guy. All right, continue on. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll just blow through this list here.
All right.
1, white students are more likely to go to schools with more resources.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. Because a lot of the shithole cities are corrupt and they squander the money for their schools. Detroit is famous for this. Like quite literally, per student, the Detroit school district gets more money than any other school district in Michigan. And literally, it is a shit show. In fact, my mother graduated from a high school called Cooley High, which was, I believe, in the top 10 high schools in the country, located in Detroit. I believe she graduated in 1964. By 1984, they shut the doors, and it is nothing but a ghost town, drug den, homeless encampment now. And most of the campus has been torn down. That's how shitty these blue cities manage their schools. And then they point their finger at us in the suburbs saying, we are not like you because of you. Well,
Yep.
A lot of these blue cities are run by minorities. The school boards in Detroit are all run by minorities. Yeah. All the way up.
I skipped over the sentence leading into this.
Okay.
Remind you guys, this is from 2015.
Okay.
Here's how white cisgender male students. Okay, my RTARD meter is pegging on this guy, and it goes even further. School districts in low-income neighborhoods get less funding. No kidding, because it's low income. These are also areas where more of the children are likely to be Black, Latinx, not Latino, and Native children are more than twice as likely to live in poverty than white children.
And the main reason for that is because back then, the white couples stayed together more than the minorities. And poverty and single motherhood go hand in hand for a reason.
Number 2. Most of the literature taught in school is written by white male authors.
Who cares? I mean, that is so stupid.
Yeah.
You can't really see a picture of the author in the book, can you? You just see the black and white print.
Yep. You see the picture of them on the back with a little, story of their
Sometimes.
life or little summary.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. This is a petty argument right here.
Yeah. If that's a petty argument, this is a stupid argument.
Yeah.
Students are taught only Western culture's approach to math and science.
All right. That's the way it should be because we invented the nuclear bomb. Shut up. Oh my God. All right. Sorry.
Get yourself a shot, Pop.
Oh.
Might have to after this one.
Yeah, this is getting to me.
White students can experiment without being criminalized based on race. What do they mean by exploration? Do I even want to?
Does that like carjacking exploration?
Oh, they give an example. 14-year-old Ahmed Mohammed, a Sudanese Muslim teenager, built a clock at home. When he brought it to school to show his teacher, he was arrested and accused of bringing a bomb.
I remember that one. Yeah,
I remember that one too. That sounds like a stupid fucking teacher.
Yeah,
if you ask me.
Yeah, listen. I had one of my Rangers in the Ranger Battalion built a laser on an AV cart from parts he bought out of the back of Popular Mechanics that would burn through 3 telephone books when the capacitors were charged up. He demonstrated it at a school science fair. 6 hours later, they raided his home. They took all his shit. they basically detained him for about 4 or 5 hours, and it was just a huge shit show. That's a funny ass story. Sorry, I went off in the weeds on that one.
That's all good. But before him, Kiera Wilmot, a black teenager, conducted an experiment with 2 household chemicals in a bottle. The chemicals caused the top of the bottle to pop off and created smoke. She was also charged, expelled, and arrested with 2 felonies.
That's a little excessive.
That's pretty excessive. I mean, well, what were the chemicals? Vinegar and baking soda?
Yeah. It could have been, bleach and ammonia that makes chlorine gas, which is
allegedly.
That killed, a lot of people in World War I.
Yep. But white male students aren't told that STEM fields aren't for them.
You know who's told the STEM fields aren't for you? People who suck at math. You cannot work in the STEM field if you don't know math. Sorry.
Yeah, that M part is quite important. And correct me if I'm wrong here, fellas in the chat, but we know LeBron James set up his own little, private school, university, whatever for grade school kids. Guess how many of those kids could pass the math?
How many? None? Yeah.
0. So
listen, and the whole universe runs on math. You have to know how to do math if you want to interact at higher levels in the universe with anything. That's just the way it works. Hell, even military service requires math. I mean, I got to figure out high angle hell, the Coriolis effect when I'm shooting beyond 1,200 meters. I mean, I can't tell how many times I had to use geometry and algebra to figure out shit in the military. You math, you're going to need it. I mean, that's just the way it works. And it's not white supreme pizza to know math.
Yep. And it doesn't help that all these people failing math and all the people bitching about them failing math. Well, the same people bitching about people failing math are saying 2 + 2 = 5.
Yeah. Well, get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not our fault.
Can't even go through all of that domino block falling, juggling logic to come to 5 when it's 2 + 2. I just can't do it.
Yeah. But number 6, this one, I don't know. You might have to help me out with this one, Pop. Native English speakers can speak their native language in school. The U.S. has no official language. I'm sorry. Are we
Yes, it's
not?
English.
We are mainly English
Correct.
to legally come into this country. You need to take the citizenship that is written in.
English.
Thank you. Uh, Number 7. Angelicized names aren't mocked or othered. Brad, David, Timothy. Call out these names classroom roster. You'll probably just have a kid call out here. But call out a name that's not Western European or angelicized. At many schools, people, including teachers, will laugh. I'm
Well, some
sorry,
of them
but
are funny.
little kids laugh at funny things. If they find a name funny, they're going to laugh at it.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but oh, here we go. White male students aren't ostracized, bullied, or punished for their style of dress.
All right. Now, if
Um,
you show up with your fun bags hanging out, you're probably going to get ostracized. And it doesn't matter what color your skin is. I've seen it happen all over the place.
I'm sorry. Kids get beat up and their shoes taken all the time,
Correct.
everywhere. I don't care who it is, what color your skin you are, where you come from. If you have nice shoes on and a bunch of kids are being dicks, they're going to beat you up and take your shoes. That's why you learn to defend yourself. And that's why we need what they call toxic masculinity, teaching these kids to fight back and defend themselves
Correct.
as a,
Don't start the fight, finish it.
don't start it, but damn sure be the one to finish it.
Yep.
White students can have outbursts and be labeled rowdy, not dangerous. I'm sorry. Let's do a little contradiction thinking here.
Okay.
Who takes up the biggest percentage of school shootings?
Well,
White guys.
that would be white people.
Be white people. I don't think I've ever heard a news article of a white guy or white kid going in doing a horrendous atrocity and be labeled rowdy.
Yeah,
No,
that doesn't happen.
no. Oh, they're not dangerous. No, of course not. That one's getting me spun up. I'm gonna have to go get another beer. Boys are more likely to be called on when they raise their hands.
That is bullshit.
Bullshit.
When I was in high school, most of the women in the classes I was in were very intelligent, and they were getting called on all the time. In fact, I made it a point not to raise my hand because most of the time I thought it was absolute bullshit and I didn't want to participate anyway.
Yep. It seems like they're just trying to cherry pick on little things that are easily debunked.
Well, this is the propaganda that they've been building up for years about how bad the white people are. And I'm getting kind of sick of it.
Yep. Like I said, this is an 8-year-old article. White male students are more likely to get treatment for neurodivergence.
What the hell's that?
Many of the obstacles listed here also affect children with disabilities, mental health problems, and neurodivergence. But among students who would benefit from a diagnosis and treatment, students who are girls and or children of color are often overlooked.
I don't. All right, now listen. I really am trying to figure out how they come to this conclusion. Is there a source in this one?
You know what? Let me.
It's all anecdotal.
For instance, 80% of people diagnosed on the autism spectrum of the United States are male. Mm-hmm. Studies suggest that girls must exhibit more severe symptoms to be diagnosed, and more subtle symptoms might be dismissed because of society's expectations of a girl's behavior.
Okay.
In another example, Black children are less likely than white children to be diagnosed with ADHD, and those diagnosed are less likely to get treatment. For some, expectations of low achievement led professionals to dismiss their symptoms.
All right. Well, again, this boils down to an economic issue. Single mother, poor, can't get medical insurance. It's not anyone building in a wall or putting something in place to, harm these children. It's just the way it works. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna need another beer after this one. I should have pre-read this one to prep myself for it. White students aren't learning romanticized versions of terrible things that happened to their ancestors. I'm sorry, the Irish would like to have a word with you.
Yeah, they got hammered. That went poorly for them in the beginning. And the same thing happened to the Irish.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the French individuals moved to Canada because it wasn't working out for them here in the lower 48. There was all kinds of problems. And that was basically that was animosity left over from the French English war that took place before the Revolutionary War in the 1700s.
Yeah. Alrighty. Last one, and then I'm gonna go get a beer because holy shit. White students don't have their culture objectified.
What do you mean objectified?
Another perk of being a white student is that people like you, especially men, are presented as human beings.
What?
I'm sorry, if you walk on two legs, have opposable thumbs,
Yeah.
have canines and flat teeth, I'm sorry, you're a human being.
Well, you're an evil hairless monkey, just like all of us.
Better description there.
Some of us are just more melanin challenged than others.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that off of there. But
But I mean, this is the insanity that's going on here, and we covered that one just for the privilege portion of. I mean, it is so stupid, and I cannot believe people buy into this and believe it. All right, like if there's any kind of problems between the races, you can boil it down to the single mother, pariah problem, the felony factories. Now, granted, 10, 20, 30 years, it was more the minority community that was having the single mother problem. It's now moving into the white community, and it's going to cause the country to go through a lot of turmoil because of it. All right. And it's going to affect everyone. It has nothing to do with race. It's all socioeconomic crap. And listen, if you're a woman and you decide to have kids out of wedlock, you're basically agreeing to having your children and then putting them at a severe disadvantage economically and being raised properly, and that has negative repercussions down the line. And let's face it, young boys, they basically pack up and stack up because the world is not a kind place. That's just the way it goes. I mean, when I was in grade school, we had quite a few bullies, and finally we had enough. I formed a gang. It was about 8 of us, and we took care of business and stopped that shit from happening. That's the way it works. Sorry. There isn't somebody planning to fuck everyone over. It's just the way the world works, man. It is what it is.
But I did go get me another beer. It is a Modelo, so no tranny fluid here in this house.
So you went and got a beer while I was running off at the suck hole?
I had to, man. I had to.
I had to, man. I had to. Evil Shaggy.
Especially if we're going to read this one as well. This comes from the same website that I just read that off. So prepare for more stupidity. 3 examples of Christian privilege and how you can challenge it. Again, this is an 8-year-old article.
Oh, okay.
So this is nothing new. I'm not going to read.
And again, you don't have to read the whole thing. We're
No,
putting
but
this in here because Prince Harry, I believe he's Catholic.
yep.
I had to put this in there.
Mm.
So before we get into the briefing at the end, I want to cover all of the craziness, the reasons for divorce, how no one is immune from it, no matter who you are, and then some of the arguments of the white privilege and the Christian privilege, just so you guys are up to speed on how this whole thing is working out.
Yeah. But we'll burn through this one because I don't think I can handle this much woke stupidity right now. I would need to go get some peach bird dog to handle this.
Let's not have a replay of the first time you're on the show.
No Walt Disney tonight. The public expression of religion. So let's just break this one down for just 2 seconds here. I'm sorry, if you go out and practice your religion as a Christian or Catholic, go to an LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ parade or whatever, and just stand there and read your Bible, you will be arrested. The police will come and harass you while two dudes are practically touching their fourth points of contact with either themselves or a big rubber dick in front of children. But the guy reading the Bible, he's going to be the one getting hauled out.
Yeah, that's bullshit right there. Now, listen, I'm not going to like push God or religion on anyone out there. Okay? Yep. It's just not my thing. I wasn't sent here for that job. But you shouldn't be persecuted for it. And we really need to get a whole crop of new lawyers out there that just do nothing but sue the system for civil violations of the Constitution. Because if you're reading a Bible and the cops walk up and they cuff you and stuff you, I mean, you should be able to sue the shit out of everyone involved in that whole process.
Yep, that is a complete violation of the First Amendment, and we need better constitutional lawyers out there, and ones that will be sharks and go after everybody. The police officers, the DA, the commissioner, the chief of police, the mayor, everybody. Because they are all links in that chain, and the chain is going to go up.
Correct.
But bias at educational institutions. If I remember correctly, the historically Catholic colleges and whatnot are going beyond woke.
Yes. It's not going to work out for them.
Nope.
I don't know if they're doing that, trying to get more people into the churches, but I don't think it's not going to work out.
No,
if you want to get people back in the churches, do away with welfare, because historically the church was the organization that dealt with welfare. We've taken that away from them, and now the government is doing that, which, in my opinion, is a huge mistake.
Yep. And finally here, Christianity as the default in legal, political, and health matters.
And you want to know why? It's called common law, and we inherited it from England, and it's all over Europe. It's in Australia. It's in South America. Canada uses it. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. You want to just reinvent the whole thing? Well, on second thought, it would probably be an improvement. I'm just saying.
Yep. But I'm going to hit these bullet points here because they're quite topical, actually.
Okay.
Remember, an 8-year-old article, and let's compare what they're saying now to what's been happening today in the past 6 years.
Okay.
So, some examples of how privilege can benefit Christians in these types of situations. Politicians responsible for legislation and governing are most likely to be Christian.
Okay.
Well, let's just say if they have a D at the front of their name, and they're Catholic, they believe in killing babies up to the day of birth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jen Psaki tried to go on Twitter. and say, not a single Democrat thinks about that. And then it was like thousands of replies saying, hey, there you go. There's Democrats. Ugh. Christian politicians can make decisions citing their faith without being labeled extremists. I'm sorry, if you say anything, if you're a politician and you're a Christian, you're already labeled an extremist.
Correct.
When swearing an oath, Christians can assume that they will place their hand on a text from their religion.
They should.
Should.
Yeah.
Ilhan Omar put her hand on the Quran.
Yeah. I listen, I don't have a problem with them putting a hand on the holy book for the religion they follow.
No, neither do I. I'm just saying.
I, as a Christian, am not doing that on the Quran.
Nope. Christians being tried in court can assume that the jury of your peers will include many members who share their faith and as a result won't hold their beliefs against them when coming to decisions.
That is utter bullshit. If you're a murdering dick and you're a Christian, you're still a murdering dick and you're going to go to prison or you're going to get the chair.
Yeah. The Christians on that jury panel will say, you have sinned and now you will face the judgment of God.
Correct.
I really need a shot of whiskey now. God damn it. If a mixed faith couple splits up, a Christian parent is more likely to be given custody of the children.
If it's a woman, more than likely she's getting custody of those children. Religion be damned.
Yep. In addition to those areas, Christianity privilege can even be found in some health-related situations. I already know what they're going to say about the health-related situations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
All right, let's. Why don't we cover the YouTube super chats?
Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can burn through these here real quick. I've got a ADV Dad with Australian $7.99. Hey, you custard junkin' pumpers. Buy you a bottle of scotch at one shot at a time.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah. Got a Gray Man Media with $5. It says, so wonder what those marriage advocates are saying about the Merkel run for cash and prizes. Why aren't men desperate to date these days? Good point.
I wonder why.
Let's see. Smooth Criminal, $5. He says, crazy how close Lizzo is to Lizard. And what if the government was to take out the vaccinated people and contain none of the vax in 15-minute city?
Yep. That's not going to go over well.
Nope. So you've got Alex Patino with 3 in a row here. He says, Pop. God damn it. Get off of there, you stupid thing. It says, Pop, you forget that the caveman used cave paintings, and I'm sure those to tell the stories to their sons how to strategize to include war.
Yep.
Sorry, my mouse hovered over the emojis there, and it pops those up. It makes it hard to read. Alex Patino again. He says, men, I advise not to use credit cards, but if you cannot pay it off in a month, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yes, you are.
Third one for you from Alex Patino for $10. Says, I sent you an article of Mackenzie Scott Bezos states that she gave away nearly half of her unearned fortune, $14 billion. Read the title only.
Wow. All right.
Let's see.
That's a lot of money.
See, Mackenzie Scott, one of the world's richest women, has given away $14 billion, nearly half her fortune in just 3 years.
Okay.
And a lot of that went to very woke stuff and feminist crap. Oh, man, let's see here. Vincent Van Go Fuck Yourself, $5. He says, my grandma graduated from original class tech back in the 40s, caught fire in 2007, demolished in 2011. Cooley's area is sketchy AF.
Okay.
And Alex Patini with the last one here says, 19D Cavalry Scouts, must-know formulas to figure out how much weight a bridge can hold, radius of curve, stream velocity, and how to measure the height of a hill, and how much C4 to take out a bridge math.
Yep.
Math!
At a math. Not
Do
white
like
supreme
numbers.
pizza. That's how the world works. That's all it is.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.